Well, everything has come full circle now.
Password.
Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
ID. You're early,
But I'm ready.
then prove it.
Low-end sports cards are the new sexy. It's something that has been talked about for a little while. There's been rumblings and rumblings about this, and player performance not being as important as maybe we all think it is. LeBron James winning a scoring title. Do we think his cards are going to double or triple? Or who's going to win the Super Bowl? Or who's not going to win the Super Bowl? Ryan at Sports Card Radio put out a great video yesterday on this subject, how he's going to get back into buying and selling cards, as well as Colin. They had been buying and selling cards, but really scaling it up big time. And so I want to watch this just to kind of watch and learn. I have seen some of this in action, and as I've listened to people over the years, and also if you listen to other hobby content, a couple of great examples of this, Dr. Beckett and Rich Klein on Hobby Hotline, when they typically go to the Dallas Card Show or to go to these card shows, they just dive into the dollar box. That's what they do. They go into these lower end boxes. They're buying a card, maybe just flip it for $2 or whatever. And that's what they have been doing forever. One guy that is prolific at this.
Well, let's talk about something important. Are they all here?
All but one.
Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. I'm here from downtown. I'm here from Mitch and Murray. And I'm here on a mission of mercy.
That I watched do it at my local Raleigh show when he was in town. Chris, baseball card collector, investor, dealer. He runs an entire business on this stuff, buying up collections. He's essentially buying a lot of common cards or just more common superstar type cards that are fairly plentiful, buying them for 10 cents and selling them for 40 cents. He's buying a lot. I watched him buy at the Raleigh card show. I think it was a lot of like 20 or 30 Tom Glavine rookie cards. And he got it at a great price at the card show. He's going to sell them in lots on eBay. Ryan Card Collector 2 does a lot of videos around this as well. He's diving into those dollar boxes, the $5 boxes. He's looking to take $5 and turn it into 10, $1 turn it into 3. I really like this shift. I would really love this shift in hobby narrative as opposed to more of the high-end sales, or really a focus of a lot of hobby content just because it's big news, or it has been big news over the last few years. But now really we're getting kind of more as it used to be, kind of a more normal card buying experience. You still have product that's very expensive. Hobby boxes are still a lot more than they used to be. And when I had Ryan on a few weeks ago from Sports Card Radio, he talked to me. He's like, hey, I haven't really been buying cards over the last 3 years because everything's so expensive. And now it's a much better time to get back in and buy cards.
Have the appearance of riches, but beneath the clothes, we find a man.
And so again, if we go back to it being kind of more focused on the lower end, buying a card for 50 cents, selling it for $1, this is awesome for young people. And this is kind of how I learned a little bit about business when I was a kid, going back to 1989, 90. But the problem is there wasn't places to sell. There was no ComC, there was no eBay. You really just had to take your cards back to the card shop and just get more packs for the good ones. And that was really it. That was kind of your option. You look at the Beckett price guide to see, oh, okay, it went from 25 cents to 50 cents. It was like prehistoric hobby times, if we're really looking at it being a market, engaging prices and those sorts of things. I know there's a lot of folks that are just collectors that don't really care about this aspect, but I think that it's good training. It's good life training to learn the value of $1 and also strategy as to how to buy and sell properly. Ryan also mentioned too that Rob Veras, the owner of Burbank Sports Cards.
The sport card industry is unique. There's nothing else like it on earth. It's built upon sports, it's built upon passion, and it's based on collecting. So I love it. It's just the best business in the world.
His sports card shop, his massive millions of cards of warehouse, it wasn't built off of Kobe auto cards. It was built off of 10-cent cards, 25-cent cards, 50-cent cards that he's just turned over and over and over and has done volume for collectors over time to come in and complete different sets or to collect their favorite players. And they were just basically the inventory, the all-encompassing inventory there at Burbank to be able to fill that. And so, yes, over the last 5 to 10 years, I'm sure they've gotten more into graded cards and grading just because there's been such a huge push upward in prices on those and the people are trading them in. So with them buying so so many cards and collections, I'm sure they've come across graded cards, and the sports card market as a whole has grown. But if you listen to Rob, I've listened to different interviews with Rob Veras, the vast majority of their cards are not graded. The vast majority. Yes, they've got showcases that have really nice Kobe stuff or Michael Jordan stuff or vintage stuff, but that is not how the business was built. That's just to be able to sell to every different type of customer. They've got high-end buyers, obviously, there in LA that come in there and they want to have inventory for that, the same way that they want to have inventory for young people that are buying 25-cent cards. And I think this is great. People have been talking about like, oh, base is dead and nobody cares about base cards. You know, base rookie cards, they can be bought and sold at the right price. Ryan said it. Any card of any player, if the price is right, is his target. So it's not about trends. It's not about player performance. He is simply buying off of, does he feel that the price is right where there's a little bit of margin there? And it might be just a little bit of margin. He wants to utilize different vaulting type services. ComC is one we talk about all the time. They do as well at Sports Card Radio. It's a long time company. I met Tim at Mint Collective last year. The guy is great. ComC has a very established platform to be able to get in and out of cards very easily on the low end. There are other vaults, but ComC dominates the low end of the market, low to mid end type stuff.
Strength and honor, strength and honor, strength and honor. At my signal, unleash hell.
And so again, I really like this change in focus. If we're talking about hobby content, if we're talking about hobby narrative, you know, the low end is not crap. You know, the low end is stuff that can actually be turned over. It's stuff that you can actually buy and sell with lower volatility, with lower risk. If you buy a card for 50 cents, it might go to 30 cents, might go to 40 cents, or it might go to 70 cents. It might go to $5, whatever. But it's a way for the everyman or woman, anybody can get involved in it. And that is what is great, because when things get on the high end, when everything shoots up, when hobby boxes are $2,000, it pushes everybody else out. It's Mark Wahlberg and his kids opening up cards, and then it's all of us that are like, well, I'm not buying a $2,000 hobby box. And so now we're getting to a point where, okay, this singles market, this low-end singles market could be a fun way to build a sustainable business and also get your whole family involved in it. I like it. I like where this is going. So shout out to the Sports Card Radio guys for kind of pushing this along, as well as some of the OGs. Like I said, my hobby friend Chris, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, his channel talks about all of this stuff. He does buy some high end, but man, he knows what he's doing on the low end, and that really helps fuel everything else, buying collections and being able to resell that stuff. It's good. So all right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.